So good evening, welcome to the class. We'll wait for other participants to join us. Good evening, welcome to the class. Raghav sir, good evening, welcome to the class, sir.
Good evening, madam. Good evening. Very good evening.
Sharma sir, good evening, welcome to the class. Ramakrishna sir, good evening sir. Welcome to the class. Dr. Shama, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, Ms. Srikala.
We will have to wait for another 2 minutes for the people to join us.
Definitely, definitely.
Sir Ramakrishna sir, good evening sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, madam. How are you, madam?
Sir, I'm doing good sir. Thank you sir. Thank you sir.
Ms. Srikala, I may need to share the screen after some time.
Option given, option given. Let's check
Okay.
once.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you.
So once again, good evening everyone. Dr. Shama, shall we start the session?
Yeah, Ms. Srikala.
And I'll keep adding the people who join us.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yes. Once again, good evening, everyone. We have Dr. Shama Hussain here with us as today's speaker on the session. Educators, hope you might have already seen the post. Have anyone? Pooja ma'am, can you please tell us what is the topic of the day? Or Lakshmi ma'am, hope today your microphone will not trouble you more.
Yes. Hi, ma'am.
Okay. You have
Ma'am,
still
am I
bad
audible?
English. Yes, now you are audible.
Yes. Educators are the next level COVID warriors. That is the
Exactly.
today.
Exactly. The wonderful, topic, and the session is going to be too wonderful. Good evening, Nashra. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me.
Our pleasure. So, before talking about anything, here I would like to introduce Ramakrishna sir, who is working for Bharatiya Janata Party, and he's also into the school education from the past 20 years, if I'm not wrong. Am I right, Ramakrishna sir?
Yes, madam, you are 100% correct.
He's owning one wonderful school, and wonderful school in Kurnool, and the school is really doing well from years. I mean, 2 decades. That's not a joke. People who are into managing the school education will only understand how tough it is to maintain the goodwill for 2 decades. Thank you for joining us, sir. And we have here Nashrat Begum from West Bengal, who is Deputy General Manager for Narayana Group of Schools. Nashrat, your video is still on.
Yes, madam.
हाँ, Deputy General Manager for Narayana Group of Schools. कुछ खा रहे हो? हमें भी थोड़ा भेजो. Snacks time.
I'm having cloves.
Okay.
Long.
So
The Indian spices.
Nashrat is has taken training in IAS, and because of her father's issue, she has dropped it in between and came back to West Bengal to take care of the family. And she is one of the gem of kind marketing expert whom I have seen in my career, throughout career. She is into the field of education maybe from 5-6 years, if I'm not wrong, Nashrat.
That's right, ma'am.
And she works like a pro, as if she's working for a decade or two.
My pleasure.
And we have Jesdas sir, who is also a school owner from Chennai. Good evening, Jesdas sir. Thank you for joining us. Jesdas sir, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Okay. He's encountering some issue with the microphone. He has written in the chat box. Okay. Now let me take pleasure to invite speaker of the day, Dr. Shama Hussain. इसे पढ़ने के लिए मुझे तो 5 मिनट चाहिए. Such a big profile. And you know, on another hand, if we see, she is such an youngster. Dr. Shama Hussain, she is a gold medalist, motivational speaker, and her qualifications are PhD, MSc, DEd, MBA, DLM from UK. Shama, maybe know what is this DLM?
It is the management, it's a leadership management from UK. I have done it from ILM.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Dr. Shama Hussain is a zoology lecturer, leadership trainer, executive life coach, mind trainer, soft skill trainer, educator. And now let me take the list of awards, read out the list of awards what she has bagged till now. Received gold medal from Honorable former Chief Minister Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu. Received the same from former Governor of the state Rangarajan. Padma Bhushan late Akkineni Nageshwara. So you have received gold medal from all these people.
Yes, 3 gold medals.
Confirm कर रही हूँ क्योंकि इतने achievements तो मैंने कभी नहीं देखा है. Padma Bhushan late Akkineni Nageshwar Rao, again gold medal from guest speaker in a political meeting with former Minister of the State, Paritala Sunita Garu. Yes, so you have been a guest speaker there, if I'm not wrong. Wonderful. And her achievements are like, she has conducted 30+ workshops, interactive training programs from various organizations for children, youth, educators, and women.
National and international.
National and international. Shama, I think it will be a big trouble for me to read out further. I request you to introduce yourself to the team. Thank you for joining us today. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Shrikala. It's a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me. And I can say, Miss, after you have given the introduction of all the guests over here, I don't think, means it's a privilege to be before all of you. First of all, thank you for being here and thank you very much. And as Ms. Shrikala has given already the introduction, so I always believe that we have to keep on learning. In case we stop learning, we will start aging. Do you want to age? No, right? So learning is that is my spirit always. I keep on learning. I want to upgrade myself always. And thanks, really, Ms. Shrikala has given me positive energy. She has ignited my spirits. And thank you, everyone. So let us start with some positive energy. Let's pass on the positive vibes from each other. Okay. I want want to start with a small holistic value of our Indian culture. That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, right? Our Indian culture from centuries believing on this policy. It is the holistic cultural value of our India, which we are really proud of. We believe in spreading our knowledge, spreading of our culture all over the world. We think our world is one family. We consider our world as one family. We prosper together and we sink together. That's the reason it is engraved in the first front door of our parliament as well. So, COVID-19 has proved this. Why I'm talking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam here, what's the reason why I'm relating it is, COVID-19 has proved it. See, I'm in Muscat and you people are in India. Everyone are sharing the knowledge throughout the world. We are considering this COVID-19. Don't consider COVID-19 as a pause button. Recently in social media, I heard a boy, he's just telling, 2020 got virus, I want to delete it. Year 2020 got virus, I want to delete it. This is what recently I heard in social media. You know, yes, of course, it has paused life of ours, but it is an eye-opener. Do you know that? It's an eye-opener for us to upgrade our skills. To upgrade, don't degrade your skills. Don't stay back the same. Come on, upgrade our skills. That's what happened. Newton's first law also, the same thing. Until and unless an external force is applied, we will not move ahead. So that's what now the external force is COVID-19 for us to upgrade ourselves, you know. Okay, so I want to activate you all now, little more warm up. So a small activity which really help us to know what we are before we proceed further. Okay, this activity, I call it as SWAN activity. S-W-A-N, SWAN. Okay, come on, everybody come back to very smooth mood. Think yourself, calm down. Okay, come on, take a deep breath. Everyone, inhale, be positive. We have to be positive, we have to pass on energy. Okay, so SWAN activity. Now SWAN first letter starts for S. S means strength here. Come on, everybody repeat with me. Take your finger, come on, rise it up, close your eyes deeply and start writing in the air 5 strengths of yours. Any 5 strengths.
May I request the participants to turn on your videos?
Yeah, it will be I can't even guide if anything is there. Yeah, so what you can do now, come on, raise your finger up and start writing 5, close your eyes. Like Miss Srikala, she strength, she is confident, okay, optimistic. So whatever you feel, come on, start writing. Close your eyes, involve yourself. Really be honest to yourself. Like, what are your strengths? 5 strengths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strengths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 strengths. Okay. After strengths comes back W. Weakness. Weakness. 5 weakness. Come on, just again take deep breath and start writing 5 weakness. I'm poor in this, I have poor memory, whatever you feel. Some people's honesty is also weakness sometimes, but you don't consider it as a weakness for yourself, it is a strength. Okay, so W, weakness. Please involve yourself honestly. Honestly do it because you are going to analyze yourself. And then finished, then come back down. Now ambitions. Ambitions, A. Again, deep breath, raise your finger and write 5 ambitions. 5 ambitions. I want to be a big corporate. I want to be a good human being. According to me, that is the first ambition. A good human being. Good human, whatever examples, challenge in your life, ambitions that you have in your life, close your hand, close your eyes and do it honestly. Honesty is very important here. Done? Okay. Now comes the last letter. Again, take deep breath in, relax yourself and raise the finger up and write in the air. N. N for needs. What are your needs? What are your needs? N-E-E-D-S. What are your needs? Number 1, strength, weakness, ambitions, and needs. What are your needs? Done. So you wrote strength, you wrote weakness, you wrote ambitions, and you have done about needs as well. Right? Now, come down, cool down, relax yourself. Now, what did you feel? Your strengths are more, or your weakness? Whom like to volunteer to answer me? To anybody, any audience?
Yes, I'm.
Yes,
Mr.
Mr. Harish?
Mr. David, I believe.
Mr. David. Yeah, Mr. David, can you?
Yes.
Means what you felt by this activity? Your strengths are, are you able to analyze your weakness, strength, ambitions, and needs?
Yes, especially when you spoke, when you told to write the strengths, I'm able to easily identify them. But when weaknesses, I have to search after 2 or 3.
That means you're an optimistic person. You believe in your strengths rather than your weakness.
Wow.
Okay.
You understand? You are believing in your strengths. You are not able to get your weakness immediately, spontaneously. That means you are closing your eyes and finding out, imagining. It's like a picture. It's your perception, I can say.
Yes.
Okay, now needs and ambitions. Thank you very much, Mr. David. It's a pleasure. Thank you for giving your response. Okay, anybody else, needs and ambitions? Did anybody find which one is greater? Needs and ambitions. Anyone? Means you felt needs are more or your ambitions are more before your needs? No problem, needs are there. I can sacrifice. I have to gain my ambitions. Like that. Did you feel?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Nasha this side.
Yeah.
Practically speaking, like needs are actually overpowering the ambitions. Ambition is something that will always be there to belong, to achieve something greater in life, right? But
Yes.
needs are certainly dominating because those are practical ones. Until those are accomplished, things will not land in proper place. This is what I feel.
Exactly. Then we need to grade ourselves.
Yeah.
What you said is exactly correct. Needs are overpowering our ambitions. You're exactly right. And thanks for your feedback. It's really correct. Usually our needs always try to empower us, right? It always overlaps. It always tries to distract us. But how can we maintain the balance? By this, we have to upgrade ourselves. I hope you got this small activity. It is a small activity I did only to make you know what you are. This we should make the children to do also every time. Even the educators in the schools, if they do it, what happens is children nowadays see Sushant Singh died. They're telling, Miss, he doesn't know his strengths. When you know your strengths, you will not do such a thing. So you will not go under depression. When you know your strengths are more, when you know your weaknesses are less, you need to upgrade only. So this activity helps the students, especially not only students, everyone, every person who wants to do something in life, who has to see the positive attitude. I hope this is done. So let me share my screen now. We are going to discuss interactively some more topic here.
Meanwhile, I would like to take pleasure to introduce Dr. Shafiq here, who is a pediatrician by profession from Karnataka, and he is also our parenting coach. Shafiq sir, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Shafiq sir, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thanks for joining us, sir. Meanwhile, let me talk with Nashrat Begum, who is a Deputy General Manager from West Bengal. Nashrat, why don't you take 1 hour of time from your busy schedule and take one marketing session for our school leaders and teachers?
Surely, ma'am. Anytime when you say.
आप कितना knowledge share करोगे ना उतना बढ़ेगा.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
पूरा छुपा के नहीं रखना. Share करो.
Definitely, ma'am. I'll be sharing. Anytime when you say, we can plan it out.
Please.
Whatever knowledge I have, I'll definitely share.
It's a serious and sincere request.
Yes, yes, sure, ma'am.
If you see our connections here, almost Dilip also knows about you very well. 80% of the people, not 80, I say 95% of the people are from school education or college education. And marketing, earlier, these departments were very separate, academic department and marketing department. From the past 5-6 years, it is like academicians should also have command on marketing, and marketing people should also have command on academics.
Very true.
Take one session, it will be very helpful for my
Sure, ma'am.
outsourcing consultancy services, educational family members.
Yes, yes, definitely. I'll discuss with you in person, and then we'll just chalk out a time and date.
Thank you.
So that we can just go for the thing what you have said.
Thank you so much.
You
Right.
can allot for 15 minutes for me on that day, Srikala madam.
Oh, sure. Raghav sir, sure. So, Shama ma'am, you're on mute. Dr. Shama, you're on mute. We're able to see the presentation. Over to you.
Yeah. So I think everybody are able to see the screen. This is what I said, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This is our, I'm just revising it one time here. This is the SWAN activity that I made you to do to analyze ourselves. Yes. Today's topic is educators are next level COVID warriors. Before going to COVID warriors, first of all, the question is, why are the educators warriors? Why are the educators warriors? Let's go to the next step, that is COVID warriors afterwards. Educators are the warriors because we educators, even though we have our financial constraints, we undergo so many marital issues, so many depressions, our family quarantines, but still we keep all these luggage, all this baggage outside the car and enter into the school thinking an unhappy teacher cannot make the happy pupil. We are battlers, we are the warriors. So if the teacher is unhappy, she cannot make the happy pupil. So because parents are the first teachers and teachers are the second parents, we have to be a warriors, not the warriors. We have to be the warriors, not the warriors. Here I want to describe a small story, a small theory I can say, proposed by Charles Darwin. I think everybody knows Charles Darwin. He has proposed a theory, survival of the fittest. And according to this theory, he said about two stories about the dinosaurs. One is about the dinosaur. You know very well, are the dinosaurs present now? Are they present
No.
now? They are extinct, right? Dinosaurs are no more in this world. Due to some conditions that existed on this planet, severe uncertain conditions on the planet, like high temperatures, extreme temperatures, extreme uncertainties, dinosaurs cannot adapt to them. They were not able to face the situations. So what they did? They lose. They lose. So what happened? They became extinct. They are no more in this world. We are just seeing these dinosaurs, a gigantic picture, only in the movies. Nothing more than that. Then he brought up another story, that is giraffe. These are the dinosaurs. You can see the extinct conditions. You can see in the pictures, they are extremely not able to face. Then came the story of giraffe. The giraffe in the earlier times used to eat the branches from the lower side of the tree, the leaves of the branches. Slowly, what happened? The leaves finished. Lower branch of the leaves finished. So what should it do now? It has to take the leaves from the upper branch, not the lower one, the upper one. So it is again a challenge for the giraffe. It has to adapt. It is something uncertain again for it. So what did it choose? Did it choose to win or lose? It started stretching its neck and leg, foot, so that it can reach there. It can reach to the leaves and eat and then survive. The ones that cannot stretch, finished, gone. The one that stretched, survived. This is why I'm relating this story is, this is what the story of the present educators, COVID warriors, we have. Do you know about the HMT watches? When I was small, when I was young, everybody used to say, HMT watch, oh, you have a big gift. And I used to see people coming in Bajaj scooter, oh, you have a scooter. I'm getting Bajaj scooter from, we cannot get it in the showrooms, we have to order it before. Ambassador car, only presidents used to go in that. Nokia phone. All these are now, you don't see Bajaj scooters. Will you drive in Bajaj scooter now? Will you wear HMT watch now? Any one of you are wearing HMT watch? We are wearing Jaguar. I don't know what are the different brands that has come up now. Why? Why there is no HMT now? Why there is no Jaguar? Why there is no Bajaj now? Why there is no Ambassador car? So people are using something new brands, new technology, they want some comforts. They want to apply technology. They want to they make their life smoother, not hard. Why these companies did not survive? Because they were not able to compete. They were not able to adapt. The same applies with the educators now. We people are educators are having lots of challenges. So why we call them as COVID warriors? Why? You can see now, and during this COVID, lots of technological changes. The COVID, they have, as the virus is exponentially growing, the challenges before the teachers, educators, and the administration, school administration is also exponentially increasing. They have long, constant, every time obligatory meetings, training sessions, facing cameras, online sessions, changing face expressions, to learning management system, parent-teachers meetings. Committed, incredible commitment of educators to learn new technology. All these are like obstacles for them to upgrade their skills. But as a warrior, as a COVID warrior, you have to You have to upgrade your skills and go one by one. Why you are called as a COVID warrior? All of a sudden, one night COVID-19 has come up in this world, and suddenly physical interaction in the class is finished. A student-centered, teacher-centered to student-centered classroom changed to technological center now, all overnight transformation. This is nothing but overnight transformation, not just planned one. It is something suddenly happened, overnight transformation. And the educators, the management system are ready to face this. That's the reason you are a COVID warrior. You didn't give up. Yes, of course, this is the time for upgrading our skills. To what? You may ask me the question. Upgrading our skills means what to upgrade our skills? Till now, I'm going to talk about this. Till now, we were having most of the education system were concentrating on IQ, not EQ at all. Why parents are telling we will not pay the fees? Why parents are telling we will not pay fee for our children? How dare for them to tell like this? Why? Because information, I'm going to come to this, I will explain you that. I'll come to that topic. We will discuss about that. Okay, this is what happened. That's the reason we are COVID warriors. We need to upgrade our skills. Where we are going to upgrade, everything I'm going to discuss. So I hope you got it. So student center to the technological center transformation happened overnight. It's really hats off to the management system for the dedicated commitment, incredible work by the educators, everyone, like a family, leaving all the obligations. We have done it. Okay, there was a boy. There were two brothers. One brother was very rich. He had a Bentley, Range Rover. He has all the luxurious cars, everything. He has a bungalow, everything. He came to his brother and he said, I have these all things. Car, this, my life is wonderful. What do you have? I have a Bentley car, I have Tag, I have Range Rover, I have Mercedes. What do you have? Can anyone answer me? Can you guess? I'm sure he didn't tell Amitabh Bachchan's movie Mere Paas Maa Hai. He didn't tell that. He didn't use Shashi Kapoor's role. And it's not Amitabh Bachchan as Shashi Kapoor. And so except that, anybody can answer me in other way. What do you have? Okay, let me, Hari Subhash Raghav sir.
Parking.
Sir, please don't cheat, sir.
No, see, you are helping me to cheat because the slide is there.
No, sir. I'm really helping you. I'm not. Okay, so what he said, the brother replied, he said, I have a parking space. Don't you think it's a wonderful answer? Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So he said he's having Bentley, Range Rover, Mercedes. Okay, let him have. What he will do with that if he doesn't have parking space at all? If you have parking space, you don't have anything in life, no problem. You will get it. But need to have parking space. Resiliency, that is called as art of resiliency, which is really lacking in the children nowadays. Art of resiliency is really required. That is what they need to have, that confidence, that overcome, that incredible commitment. These are the things that are really required for these days. So resiliency is the need of our now. That we educators, if we show all these things to the parents, tell me which parents will do. I'm going to come next. I'm going to come up to the next things. So we have to upgrade, not completely just physics, chemistry, 90 marks, physics, chemistry, 20 marks, 80 marks, this 10 marks. No. After your son finished grade 12, you are worried to send him to the college. Oh my God, if somebody criticizes, maybe he will do suicide. Oh my God, if anything, anybody will tell him, because he doesn't have how to overcome the criticism. Have you seen the today's children? I will come to that topic also, about the today's children coming with, have you seen children sitting with happiness like we used to do? Like how we used to play outside, running in the roads, this game, Lagori, playing, hitting stones, taking cycles, running. We had a life. But nowadays children, phone, they want exclusion. They want exclusion. They want to sit alone. They don't want, they are not at all learning. No IQ, no EQ at all. Do you see your children, can they fix the pipes in your home? Can they fix anything? Can they happily sit and talk with their grandparents? No. Mother didn't teach the father. If parents, mother and father didn't teach a child how to appreciate, then that boy, when he become big, he will not appreciate his wife, and the wife also doesn't do, then both will fight, loses, divorce, all these problems. There are so many things that our education system has to do. Because why we give vaccine, tell me? Why we give vaccine to the children? When they are born itself 2 months, then 6 months, then 8 months. By 1.5 years, we'll finish everything. All the safety for the life. Why we are doing that? Because we don't want him to suffer with the coming detrimental effects of the pathogens afterwards. So why don't we do these things now itself? We are telling my son is excellent, intelligent, but in CBSE he got less marks. Did you notice in China, his writing capacity, is it faster? If not faster, did you check his mind training? You know very well left brain and right brain. If you are a right-hander, your right brain is your left side of the body is controlling the right side. And left-handed means right side of the body, brain is controlling the left side. So this means only one part we are concentrating. We are not balancing two parts of our brain. If we give training to the children in the schools from the beginning, mind training, like for example, anybody, are you able to do it with me? See here, this is Tom, and this is Jerry, okay? This is Tom, this thumb is the Tom, and this is the Jerry. If I do Tom, Jerry, right? Then Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry. Can you do this simultaneously, same time? Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry, Tom, Jerry. Means what I'm doing here, I'm balancing right part and left part of the brain both together. I'm making my brain faster. Okay, first time it is difficult, second time it's difficult. When you practice there are so many skills that need to be done in the changes we have to upgrade in the schools. Which parents are, why I'm coming to that question now, why parents are telling that we will not pay fee means because of this. Lots of information is overloaded now. Everywhere. You go open the internet, you will see physics refractive index is ready. Physics free lesson. Physics, that lesson is ready. You open the internet, you want free, WhatsApp my number. Or my YouTube channel, like it. You will get so many teachers giving lectures, giving teas. Everything is available free. Why parents will respect you? Yes or no? Because they are not scared now. Technology is there. They need not come to the school now. They can learn, even though you close the school, they will open the internet, the same lesson of that, it is available on YouTube. Vedantu from class 1 to 12, free lessons. Yes or no? Am I telling truth or no? Yeah, that's what. So what they will do, they will.
And there is also a new system coming up, Dr. Shyama.
Yeah.
First, children are exposed to the video lessons.
Yes.
Children will go through that video lesson.
Okay.
Then come back to the class with the queries. Any educator here having knowledge on that kind of educational system, which is very much trending now?
Analytical, yes.
Anybody here?
Inquiry-based learning.
No, no, it's not inquiry-based learning.
It's a flipped classroom.
Flipped classroom, yes. May I know who is that? Is that Shreya?
Flipped classroom.
Wonderful.
That's what I'm going here. You can see in the slide here. information is overloaded, message is unloaded. Means wisdom is called information and how to use that information wisely. For example, you are telling to your children, suppose if you see your son, he is using the phone, you will tell him, please don't use the phone. No to the phone. Have you, this information is available even in the internet. Don't use the phones. Don't drink cigarette. Information is there. But as an educator, as a management, we have to tell what happens if you use the phone. Why, if you, instead of phone, what should you use? Don't say no to drugs. What happens if you use the drugs? How to, why should we avoid the drugs? So this message we have to, don't tell no. Don't teach him no, because brain will not accept. Because brain releases dopamine, which will be attracted to the pleasure only. So you have to make that thing as a pleasure. Then the children's subconscious mind, you know, the children have two minds. Everybody has mind that is outside one and subconscious mind inside. We have to trigger the subconscious mind of the children. A successful management system, education system has to trigger the subconscious mind. I will say, I will diet. Tomorrow I'm going to do diet. But as soon as I see some healthy, some food, burgers, this, I think one time let me eat. After that, next time I will start dieting. Why? What happened? Your subconscious mind is still not triggered. You are only outside. That is telling, yeah, I like it. So subconscious mind, you told your brain from outside, yes, I have to stop. But you did not trigger your subconscious mind.
Why? Because we'll always tell them no. No will be our prime commando. Yeah.
Okay, a minute of yours, Dr. Shyama. Sorry to interrupt you. A minute of yours. Hi, Dakshani ma'am. I think you are from CBSE School Principals Group, if I'm not wrong. Are you the same Dakshani ma'am from Bangalore?
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, ma'am.
Yeah, see, I also educate in this way in my ordinary other
I know
workshops.
I know about you. I heard much about you.
Your name, ma'am? I didn't get your name.
This is Shrikala. I'm the founder, chairwoman, and managing director for Mamata Outsourcing Consultancy Services. In short, we call it MOX.
Nice getting in touch with you. Thank you.
Guys, we have here, I say seasoned principal, Dakshani Ramachandran.
No, this is not seasonal principal. I'm a freelancer. Okay. The conceptual subject is waste management. I keep conducting the awareness campaigns everywhere around in Bangalore with the education institute.
Wonderful. Thanks for joining us, ma'am.
Let me have one chance with you all again.
Sure. Our pleasure.
Because that is also the need of the hour.
Exactly.
The prime factor of a human being, health and hygiene, comes along. Thank you. Thank you all. Please continue, Dr. Shyama.
I'm also from Bangalore.
Great. Okay.
Still in Bangalore, but basically from Anantapur.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, done.
Nice being here, all of us together.
Same here. Okay, done. So this is, that's what we have to, that's what we have to teach them. We have to trigger the subconscious mind. That should be the target of the educator or the management system. Because if you see here, I want to ask you this one here, mess. If you see here, the children will be having everything, all information that is a mess. That mess is nothing but the information. The children has it. It's not synchronized. As an educator, as a management, what you have to do is take this mess, act as a messenger, and give him a message. Act as a messenger and give him a message what to do with that mess, how to synchronize that mess. And this will develop trust in the children. then this will develop a trust in the children. This is the policy that we have to do. All the mess that is within the children, take it out. Act as a messenger. Don't fed up. Don't fed up. Compassion, empathy, which are the 21st century skills. That's what I'm going to talk about here. Empathize them. When you tell them, oh my God, what happened with you? Really? Why you did this? Don't be that. Empathize them. Then they will understand. Encourage them. Oh, do you want my help? Do you want me anything to help you? Should I do with you anything? Should I accompany you? Then he will feel that you are with him. Encourage them and empower them. That is very important. Empower in sense, when you empower them, wow, excellent, great. After giving message, messenger, and empathize success, encourage them, they will be empowered. Always we have to believe one thing. What we conceive, we believe, and we will achieve. Even we, whatever we conceive in our mind, we believe that. Social media, they tell something, we conceive it, we believe it, and we act, we achieve it. That's the reason nowadays social media, some way it is good, some way it is bad. It is causing so many problems, complications. Actually, it should be used for a good way, but nowadays it's happening in a different manner. Because that's the reason why, because what we see, what we conceive, what we believe, we achieve that. So it is very, very important. So always try to encourage this messenger and message. Conceive, believe, and achieve are the most important things that we have. I have with me a small picture. Can you caption this? Any one of you in the group? Can you caption this?
Good evening, madam.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
I think it is a smart work.
Excellent, sir. You are smart enough, so you have done it. So from backside, what we are seeing, it's not a smart work. When you can do the work faster using your smart brain rather than the hard ones, why not to go for the smart work? Now the current situation, we have to apply this in our schools, in our management system. Smart work is really need of the hour. EQ, we call it as, plus IQ. Not just IQ. EQ plus IQ will lead to success in students, in management, everywhere. Successful life, even in our professional. Now the world is divided into two eras. It's going to be divided. Pre-COVID and post-COVID. Pre-COVID and post-COVID. What happens after post-COVID? Now after this COVID, nobody will hire an individual who has 90%. Oh, you're from, okay, you got 90% in your graduation, in your master, your university topper. Very good. That was olden days. He is the topper, but he cannot control, he cannot communicate with his team, he cannot coordinate with his team, he cannot show compassion, he cannot show empathy, he cannot show appreciation, he cannot show critical analyzing things. What is the use of hiring him? Post-COVID will be complete. Have you seen when we were small, now so many jobs has come up which are really not there. Like computer related jobs. Internet was not at all there. When I was small, there was not internet at all. Now there are so many jobs for internet. So many server maintenance, so many new jobs has come up in the generation. So now coming era, you can expect lots of jobs which you don't even think of. For that, do you think if the children start only with the skills, not the smart skills, then how? They have to train, they have to get trained. That's what's happening. Nowadays, children all lacking, no smiles, they have gold medals, they are toppers, no appreciation, no gratitude. Oh, thank you, auntie, thank you so much. Means you don't see that what we do. When they see the teachers coming from there, they go from this side. If they see the teachers in the market and they say, but when we see our teachers, oh, namaste, ma'am, namaste, means we feel proud, we feel like it's chief minister we are seeing. We feel so happy. So the children nowadays, due to so many things, due to so many factors are there, they are lacking all these skills. So we need to, that's what, not listening. My son, don't listen to me. These are all the things we always complain because of no EQ. He's not listening. He gets angry quickly. He leaves off the place. He blames others. He's argumentative. When I tell something, he do argue with me. Why? This is the story of every house. Every house has this story. What's happening? Are we really thinking all these things? We are just thinking physics marks, chemistry marks, This is what we are thinking. Score, 100% score our school has got. Our college has got this. But after that 100%, he will go enter into MBBS. As soon as he enter into MBBS, first day ragging. Finish. His self-esteem goes down. And then what happens? Suicide next day. All these years, parents' hard work, everything, teachers' hard work, all were gone. Self-esteem. There was a man who was cleaning, who had a very luxurious car. And when he was going aside, a boy used to watch him every day with his wonderful car. And that man observed him and he came to him and he asked him, wow, you have a very amazing car. The boy said, yes, I like your car so much. The man said, do you know one thing? This car was gifted by my brother. I have a brother who can gift me. Then the boy started thinking like this. Then the man surprisingly asked him, what are you thinking? I'm sure you will be thinking that you wish to have a brother like mine, right? Then the boy said, no, I wish to be that brother so that I can give the car. There are people like this. This is called self-esteem. We have to develop this self-esteem. This is lacking in our children. So we have to work on this. That comes because of EQ, not IQ. IQ will not teach these things. This is called as 21st century skills. 21st century collaboration, creativity, communication. You ask your son or daughter, come and explain something. Give him spontaneous topic. See there, what's there, how she is going to give, how she is going to face. In case you don't have problems, money not there, how do you face? Oh my God, they get scared because they are not used to. We are all pampering our children. Our children nowadays are complete. They know only we as a parents are, no, marks, come on, sit, concentrate, devote yourself to studies. Where are these skills? Leadership where? What is the difference between boss and leader? Is he going to be a boss and spoil the other, his subordinates? Subordinates gets depressed, stressed, company finish. Company will not develop. So, these 21st century skills, creativity, 4 C's, communication, collaboration. These are very, very important. We have to think of. This is like a vaccine that we have to give to the children nowadays so that when they grow up, they know, yeah, I did something. Start appreciating. These things look smaller, tiny, of no importance, but prioritization is required. It's time now to upgrade our skills. COVID-19 has devastated everyone's jobs. So many people are losing jobs, but still who has resilience power? Who has the power to face the situation? Only are existing. Lost job, let me die, finish. They need to have resilience. Yes, I can do. I will get back the same back. That's what I said, parking space. Okay, I have a question here, one more question. A man was born in 2020 and died in 1995. How is this possible? Is there anybody? Let's crack it. A man was born in 2020 and died in 1995. How is this possible?
There is a
kind of
data error
pandemic.
in this.
He motivated himself in 2020
He is motivated in 2020, okay?
and started living.
And started living.
There is
That's
a
because
data error in the sentence. 2020 we should have kept there, and 1995 we should have kept there.
Oh, sir, what a smart answer, sir. I think the sir who said before, he was relating what I said. Yes, sir. You are telling he learned something new in 2020 and so he started living. No,
Yes, exactly. He might be depressed and stopped living happily in 1995, and again he started his happy life in 2020.
Anybody else?
One small interruption, please. Okay.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
it all happens through us only, as parents, as teachers, anybody else for that matter. Okay, we are the ones who bring them up and also put them down by not giving them the independence for them to decide upon anything. We don't allow them to decide anything upon themselves. We're always back, we're always behind them.
We are all
As
marks
teachers in schools, as parents at home, we give them everything except the independence. Don't you all agree?
Yeah. What? No, we have to
The
dissolve.
real fact for a child not to develop self-esteem is this, nothing but this.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to develop all these skills. There was, Ma'am Dakshani, when you said there was a research done, as you said, independence. I'm quoting you one, I don't remember the name of the professor. He has
Sorry,
done
independence with regard to nothing else, except the decision making. Decision making will not be given to them. We are the ones who will take the ride.
Exactly. When you are telling this, I want to quote an example here. There was a professor. He was a psychologist. He has done a research. He has fit a computer. He has fit a computer on the wall in a village. It's a village. The children are not educated about it. He fit some cameras around there. When he fits some cameras, what happens so that he can monitor exactly what's happening there. So when these children, these all village children, they are not educated. They don't know how to operate that computer. They started coming and touching and this, and finally they learned how to work with it. That is proved by this psychologist. He has proved this. I will get with this name, I forgot. And because in our leadership management, we studied this all. So means like we have to give chance, because you said independence. That's the reason I'm trying to relate this example for yours. So by this, nobody has given any guidance.
See, most of the cases, if you can analyze yourselves, most of the cases, a child will be much smarter than anybody else. But regarding to independence, will be nothing.
Yes, exactly. He knows only two types.
He cannot be a decision maker.
Yes, exactly. So now answer for my question. A man was born in 2020 and died in 1995. How is this possible?
Seems all are blank now.
Maybe the confidence level is declining.
So shall I take the liberty?
Yes, please go ahead, ma'am. We are waiting for that actually.
Actually, it's a very silly answer. I wanted to keep you actuated in between, and also it is related. It's also related as well. So the thing is, these 2020 and 1995 are the two rooms in the hospital. He's born in that room and died in that room.
Oh.
Come again?
Yeah.
Come again, Dr. Sharma?
Yeah, it's 2020 and 1995 are the two rooms in the hospital.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So this, I wanted to keep you committed, be with me, interact with me. So I bought one with crack so that you can have a. So this is a kind of thinking. So this type of all thinkings, everything we need to develop in our children. Not just one way, in many ways. We want to evoke that. And we want to evolve. You know very well in science, mutations. Mutations are really required, sudden inheritable changes. So we need changes, then only evolution will happen. So that's what we have to change our system little to evolve, to have a new evolution. So these are the, as I discussed already, these are the 21st century skills which we have to upgrade in our management system. As I told you, we have to work on the brain education. I agree, it is a passport for our future. It is required for our complete brain development is called education, according to me. If your brain develops completely, means consciously and subconsciously, then you are able to face the situations. You like this. If you see here, this is what our brain situation. This is the iceberg of our life, of our brain, of our mind. So what's happening here? IQ, you can see only the half part up. It is only 5% or 10%. Remaining 90% or 85% is EQ, which is hidden inside. This is subconscious mind and this is the conscious mind. Subconscious mind and conscious mind. This is what we need to evoke, evolve. We have to evolve with this one. This is what we have to upgrade ourselves in this after post-COVID. This is what we have to work on. As a counselors, educational counselors, mind trainers, life coach, all of the people along with the management, they have to sit and design in such a way the activity, like morning assemblies are there. In the morning assemblies, we do prayers. We ask them to do quote of the day. We don't know, some are listening, some are not listening. We're not sure. They talk something from, let them do as I made you to do the activities with the hand, balancing the mind. So which will really help. So there are certain things which we really need to evoke, change the system. That's what. So emotional intelligence, very true definition given by Charles Darwin. He is my favorite and I'm in zoology. I've done my PhD in doctoral degree in zoology, genomics. I have worked on reproductive genes and my work is published in international journal as well. And so I'm trying to bring out the examples from there itself so that it suits to our real life as well. So he has done he said, emotional intelligence is not something emotional, like, oh, sad, no, it's not that. It is working smart with your emotions. It is nothing but working smart with your emotions. That is called as emotional intelligence. It helps us to survive as a fittest. It helps us to be not the strongest, but the most intelligent and can adapt. So you can see their heart and brain working together. Some people work only with the heart. Some people work only with the brain. This is what happens. Now the world really needs compassion. We are seeing the deaths. We are seeing how worst conditions happening in the world now. Really, we need to change the system. So this is what emotional intelligence will bring all this self-confidence, optimism, self-awareness, self-reliance, relationship skills. All these, it's looking only simple. Our relationship, I will tell him, don't fight with them. Don't fight with that boy. Don't fight with that girl. No. You have to work on this as a vaccine from the younger stage. Then only he will listen. Subconscious mind, you have to trigger it. Then only he will listen. Oh, I told my son, don't fight with him. No way, he's not going to listen. Your brain will not listen until your subconscious mind is triggered. So you have to work on this. This is one big theory. It is a one big PhD again. They have to work a lot. They have to do lots of activities to learn this, how to learn empathy, self-confidence, optimism, flexibility. There are lots of stories. If I keep on telling, I think it will be, I will try my best to relate, because for every activity I try to relate with the story so that it will be very convincing. So done here. So EQ and IQ, as I said, logic only with IQ, but not with EQ. You will get self-awareness, self-management. You will be responsible decision-making, as Ms. Dakshani, she said, decision-making. It comes only with EQ. Reasoning, you cannot promote decision-making without EQ. You have to do the iceberg of education, which I showed you. EQ is down now. They cannot do relationships. Nowadays, now if we see your married life, you are married happily. Of course, yes. Happily married and settled without any problems. Your parents never had any tensions after your marriage. But now, the children after marriage, you have a tension. What will happen next day itself? Ego, no appreciation, no gratitude, no empathy. I'm the best. So, why? So he will be divorced. Are we teaching them EQ? Relationship skills not learned. Only they learn physics, chemistry, maths, biology. After that, what happens? Without EQ, then you worked all these years and she got divorced and she's scared, she's tense, depression, and finally death. All these things happened or gone. Social awareness is very important. So that's the reason, that's what we have to be our COVID warriors, because we have to work, we have to upgrade, we have to be warriors now. Lots of challenges. When we do with consistency, commitment, sincerity, and dedication, for sure, nobody can take our place. It's an institution. Education is an institution. Nobody can just talk about this. Without this education system, it's an illiterate. Ms. Dakshani, do you consider yourself intelligent?
To some extent.
To some extent. Everybody,
to some extent, not totally.
Sir, Hari sir, you want to, you will consider yourself intelligent?
I go with madam's measurement to some extent.
Everybody are trying to save answers. Let me
explain.
Okay. When we ask this question, if Ms. Dakshani, she will ask her subordinates. If, sir, you ask your subordinates, are you intelligent? Everybody, sir, I'm good in maths, but not in English, but I'm good in this. I know this, I know this. Like this answers, you will hear this. Nobody will barely say I'm intelligent. But according to me, everybody is intelligent. Everybody, 100%. 100%. 100%. I'm intelligent, 100%. Ms. Dakshani is intelligent, 100%. Sir, you're also intelligent, 100%. But you are specialized in your field, she is specialized in her field, I'm specialized in my field, right? Our intelligence comes only, I'll give you an example. Housemaid is there. She is intelligent in her work. She comes, cleans everything, she does everything. And she goes. Okay, sir? If she starts, some housemaids come, they see nobody is there in the house, they take the money and they go. Or some things in the house and go. She is not intelligent. Intelligent means if you do your work with compassion, dedication, honesty, with values, ethics, you are intelligent. Everybody knows your work. Sir, as a principal or this, you know your work. But you are thinking only about your children. You are working little 1 hour extra because you want to do something achieve something for your children. So you are intelligent. Not anybody who can read English is not intelligent. Obama or Osama? Who is intelligent now? Tell me.
Both.
Yes, both of them are intelligent because they are experts in their fields. Obama is expert in his field. Osama is also expert in his field. But that person who has values, ethics, that is required. That shows real intelligence. That is really need of the hour now. Whatever I'm talking in context with the next coming generation, next post-COVID situations that really now it's bad need of the hour. Really, we cannot go with the same things. Yes, we can proceed the life. Again, the same things, destructions, devastations, fightings, these things. Same thing will come. So that is intelligence definition. I hope you like that I did this. I didn't hurt anyone or anything. Thank you, sir. Okay, so that's what. Ability to think is, I can think, but I can feel. Oh my God, she is working, so I can feel that pain. I can feel life. I can possibly rise. I can learn. You can, so these are all the differences that you need to compare, IQ and EQ, emotional intelligence. Complete success will come when IQ and EQ. We have to start training our children. Show them blank, class 1 children, blank mind, don't know anything, white paper. Start creating these all skills. Ask them what's happening in this picture. This boy will tell, she is bullying, he is bullying him. So what will you do in this situation? Did you face this situation any time before? Ask these questions. Let them tell their solutions. Like Ms. Akshan, she said, independent decision thinking. Yes, let them decide what you will do. If this type of situation comes, what he has to do, we have to train them. So expressions, emotions, they don't know. Let them learn. Let them learn everything. These are all like vaccines you are giving to your children in the earlier stage itself. With the emotions, expressions. That's what I said. We work together, IQ and EQ. Definitely we will bring the success. Self-awareness, high concentration, focus, all this with IQ, and with EQ, empathy, social skills, regulation, everything. This is the role. One is stress triangle, another one is relaxed triangle. Stress triangle comes when educators and parents are up. That's what really happening now. Yes, sir. So that's what happening. And relaxed triangle, when parents, educators plan together, react together, coordinate together, and bring a healthy youth. Not a crippled youth, a healthy youth. It's possible when you can create this balance with the support, with the communication, with the feedback, integration. We can do this all. When these all possible, then only we can do this. So with the vaccines, emotional intelligence, working on IQ, working all these 21st century skills, communication, critical thinking, analysis, collaboration, you can bring a student, a healthy student. You can see how happy he is sitting, feeling the top of the world. He's so happy there. The parents happy, teacher very happy, and education is rising up. We don't want education. We want complete brain development. Subconscious mind needs to be triggered. That is the very motive of our life. We have to upgrade our skills. COVID-19, come on, embrace this as an opportunity, as an eye-opener. Then, I think after that, we will be real COVID warriors. The next level, I can say. We will be next level COVID warriors. And wish to see everyone as a COVID warrior. And I'm also proud that I'm also a COVID warrior, spreading my ideas everywhere to everyone as possible, to bring a healthy people, healthy. See, parents also will lose the depressions when they start following these policies. So parents, educators will be happy, parents will be happy, and if this, our society will be happy, then slowly our country will be happy. We will be a strong, healthy India. We feel more prouder. Our name is already everywhere in the world. We are Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are everywhere in the world. So thank you so much, Ms. Srikala. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Shama. I really loved your energy and the way, going ahead with the flow of content. It is not easy for all. It is not easy for all. Thank you for joining us.
And any doubts, anything, sir?
Yes.
Anything?
Now we are open for Q&A. If you have any doubts or unanswered questions, you can feel free to ask Dr. Shama.
Yeah, anything you didn't understand in my explanation, which you felt you missed it, or anything, I'm ready to. So I hope today everybody will take some realization with you. See, the beauty of the webinar is not what I have spoken here. It is what you're carrying with you. So I hope we have GGG, all educators. GGG means God-given gift. Oh. We all have this God-given gift to influence others, to motivate the future of our country, that is children, and inspire ourselves also. Everybody needs that influence. We are all influencers. We learn from each other. We pass the positive energy to each other. So let's do that. Today as a motto, let's realize, and at least we'll start with small tasks. It will create an ocean indeed, definitely.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shama. So no hand rises and no questions in the chat box. There is a feedback from Haribabu Raghav sir. Fantastic session, full of energy. Thank you, sir. Very nice and very useful session by Mr. Sudhakar, who is working as a principal for one of the corporate schools from Chittoor. Thank you, Sudhakar. So we have somebody from a school by name ICRA, if I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, ICRA school. The principal, I believe. Saida Aisha. Aisha ma'am, are you still there? Or again you got lost your connection? Today many people are encountering some technical issues. Some they are not able to get into the meeting and some they are not able to continuously stay back with us. Maybe because of the heavy rains in Telugu states here. Maybe the same across the country. Okay, there are two more messages. Ramkrishna sir, very good session. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ramkrishna sir. Okay, positive feedback pouring in the chat box. Very good seminar by Sanjay Mithil. Really productive and enthusiastic session by Shriya Bhattacharya. She is from West Bengal. She's working for one of the senior secondary CBSE schools, and I mean the best CBSE school in Calcutta. Dakshayani Ramchandran ma'am, great interaction. I think Dakshayani ma'am, I got confused with Dakshayani Khanna and Dakshayani Ramchandran. But anyways, I'm so happy that you are working for the cause, because very few people work for the cause, ma'am. Not all. Definitely, we will have one session, maybe next Saturday or but one Saturday, where we will let us start taking an initiative, igniting the light, or igniting an idea in our school leaders, school teachers, to work for the cause. Okay, Krishna Dev, fantastic session. Krishna Indu, absolutely wonderful. Thank you all for your wonderful feedback. Jyoti, wonderful session, ma'am. Thank you. Any questions here, please? Any questions on the session, or would you like to talk anything on the session on this topic? Dr. Shama, may I request you to stop sharing the screen so that we'll all come on one screen.
Yeah, I will stop it.
Sessions have triggered. There is one more message from Chandra AV, Mr. Chandra AV. Session has triggered few action points which I will pursue in our NGO. Wonderful, sir. Krishnendu Shrikala ma'am better have a continuity on this topic like clues. Dr. Shama should only react on this message.
What is that, Ms. Shrikala?
It's in the chat box. It's in the chat box. Better to have a continuity on this topic like clues. Krishnendu sir, will you please explain us what you wrote in the session? You want the session by Dr. Shama more, or you want the sessions more on topics? If so, on which topic? Okay. On how to handle the kids to raise their EQ. There is a request, Shama, Dr. Shama, from our side. Can you please take some more sessions on improvising the EQ?
Definitely, Ms. Shrikala. It's my privilege. I would love to do that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So anything else anybody would like to talk here, or we'll call it a day?
Yeah, madam, I'll take 1 minute.
Yes, sir, please, over to you.
Dr. Shama, your session was really wonderful. Now there are not too many points which we can put onto this. I think sir was trying to say that if this can be continued in a format that those points are there, na? So those points explanation further, that how IQ, how EQ, that is the, I think he is trying to ask. Now from my side, I have small points like, see, I heard you saying coordinate. This is the first time in my life I have heard this word pronounced this way. So I think, I believe that we people don't pronounce or pitch our things properly on some words which are very important in our life for the purpose of to whom we are speaking. That is from the audience perspective. So I can very well say coordinate. So no, between us, it is fine. I mean, we will understand what are we saying. But when we talk to the students and if we say coordinate, it looks like what are we trying to say? Okay, this is the point we are trying to say. And you have repeated one sentence around 5 times. Let us upgrade our skills. This I want to take it little further. More repetition on this.
Now your phone, you will buy your phone, right? Today you buy your phone, and next day iPhone 7, tomorrow iPhone 9. You want to upgrade because of new skills. You will stay back there only? No, right? You want to upgrade because new options.
I have another perspective on this. See, we are talking about COVID, corona warriors, and teachers have really done their things well, and everybody is appreciating. We don't need anybody's certificate, but we know that people have been acknowledging as to how teachers have come out of this, and they have been trying to give more than what they were. So many things we are doing. So let us come out and try to contribute. See, salary is one. Salary is one. Salary is fine. But I am saying, come out and try to contribute at that Chani madam is doing. See, what do we get out of this? My neighbor keeps throwing garbage from 4th floor every day. I cannot do anything with that fellow. But what I can do, that let me do now. Correct. So I cannot fight with him. So that way, I really appreciate that you have repeated that sentence. Let us try to upgrade our skills, upgrade ourselves. And little bit, I remember Dakshani madam, I remember my professor in 1992 who was teaching us when I was doing my MPhil, teaching methods. She started entering into the class, dancing and saying a poem, and the participants were teachers. All participants were all teachers, lecturers, senior guys, almost of her age. I was a little younger. I was around 32, and she was around 45 those days. And she is saying, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Like that. See, and then everybody is looking at her, and she told, this is how you should enter into your class. While entering, your entry must be thappa. Like that it should be. Everybody is looking at you and trying to listen. Further what? Jack and Jill, you can't teach. You don't need to teach Jack and Jill to lecturers, right?
Exactly, sir. Exactly. You said we have to come out of comfort zone. There was a king, and he had somebody presented him with the two eagles. The most precious birds he had given. One was flying, the other one was not flying. The king was so scared. What happened? These are so precious gifts for me. What should I do now? And he called very specialists who are expertise in that about the birds, and they also gave up. One was flying very happily. Other one, no, I will not fly. It was stubborn. Then the king was like, what should I do now? What should I do? Then he said, let me bring a farmer, somebody who knows the language of these birds. Somebody from the village. So he called one person from the village. One expert came and they said, okay, sir, I will take care. The king. Then the king went off. Next day, that person came to the king and he said, sir, done. The bird is flying. He said, bird flying? How comes? So faster. What you did? He said, nothing I did, sir. I just cut the branch. Means the bird was in its comfort zone. You said comfort zone. So that's the reason I'm giving you this example. The bird was in comfort zone. Till you remove that comfort zone, the children will not learn. So
exactly. Wonderful point. Wonderful point.
So we have to create situations for them. We have to bring the situations which are really useful for their future. We are only like, sir said, a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. No.
And children, after learning all, they don't know where to apply it. And what is the use of learning it?
Exactly. Now we should take ourselves. At least now, upgrading the skills.
Yes, yes. The session went on so wonderful. It was for 1 hour and we are reaching 1.5 hours. Thank you, Dr. Shyama. And I sincerely thank you everyone for holding back the session till last minute. My heartfelt appreciations to the real warriors what we are talking about today. The teachers, the school principals, and also the school owners, some of the school owners who are regularly paying salaries for their teachers, thinking of, not troubling them. We are, thinking that only teachers are the warriors during this pandemic. I say there are many, many, many warriors. If you're talking about school and college education, including the drivers, including the ayahs who were taking care of children throughout the years, are also to be considered as barriers. We will also have to next session when it positively happens on COVID barriers of school and college education. Certainly I'll come up with a list of school owners who are regularly till date paying salaries to the teachers and their staff, so that they will not being troubled in this pandemic.
What they are doing, these people who are paying the salaries, they are not letting teachers face epidemic to cover. Teachers face epidemic, which will lead to inefficiency and less productiveness. So they are trying to help in that.
Wonderful. Wonderful. There are also certain school owners who are regularly collecting the fees and not paying the salaries to the staff. But let us focus on the schools and school owners who are really struggling hard, working hard to generate the funds and share them with the teachers. Chalo, ek saal gaya to profit gaya to no problem. Let me sell this property and pay salaries for the teachers regularly. There are many school owners. So next session, I'm going to come up with a list of school owners and principals who are supporting the teachers, considering them as COVID warriors. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Sharma ma'am and Shrikala madam as well. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night, ma'am.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Raga sir. Thank you, Dakshayani ma'am. Thank you, Krishnadev.
What will we have on next Saturday?
I will let you know. I will definitely let you know.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Good night, ma'am.
Good night. Thank you, Dr. Shafiq. Thank you, Shobha. Thank you, Mr. Sharma, for joining us.
Thank you very much,
Rupa. Thank you, GV. I'm not sure who is it. I think it's Prasad. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Prasad, for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Anup. Thank you, Katari Jyoti, for joining us. I'll be the last person to leave the session. Thank you, Dr. Shama. I will be in constant touch with you. I really like your energy and flow of the content and your knowledge in such an young age. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anup. Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Good night, everyone.
Good night, ma'am. Shrikala ma'am, good night.
Good night, Rupa. So I'm calling it a day. Thank you all.